Hey folks, Dan Frio here with your opening bell for July 7th, 2025. So if you're looking to buy or refinance, you tuned into the right channel because every day I try to explain to you what's going on with these and the whys behind it. So what we're going to talk about today is we have the big, beautiful tax bill. It passed over the weekend. I'm actually going to have a special event, a live event later this afternoon to explain it to you guys. I have a PowerPoint presentation, unbiased, unpolitical. I'm just going to break it down because I also was concerned about, I have family members that receive SNAP memberships, SNAP, and things like that. So I really want to focus in on that, Medicare, the SALT deductions. You might be a little bit confused on that. So I'm going to try to explain all the nuances to it and actually debunk some of the things out there that I was looking up and I'm like, well, that's not true. So I want to debunk a lot of things for you with that as well. So what we do have coming out this weekend, nothing on the economic calendar until Thursday, some jobs report numbers. But what we do have coming out is we think there's going to be a lot of tariff deals working. So the stock market right now is kind of, let's say it's null and void. It's red all the way across the indices right through here, but it does say stocks are lower despite Bessent saying several trade announcements are ahead. So let's get over to Secretary of Treasury Bessent. He's going to talk to us about the tariff deals that are coming and a little bit about the big, beautiful tax bill. He's going to talk about the national debt, and I'm still concerned over that, folks, so don't worry about that. He's also going to break down per year because this goes back over the last 5 years. Doesn't seem like this was a concern over the last couple years, but all of a sudden it is. So let's get over to the interview that we have right through here. I think you're going to learn something today. And remember, I'll be back later this afternoon with a live event. We're going to break down the tax bill. But let's see what Secretary of State has to say. Then I'm going to show you market reactions to this, what's expected on interest rates this week, and much more. So take it away, CNBC. And when we come back, I'll show you market reactions, and we're expecting the rest of the week. Take it away.
And join us now for the latest on tariffs and the recently passed budget bill and more. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Secretary, thanks for joining us. I don't know how much you could necessarily hear of our last conversation. We definitely want to talk trade, tariffs, and all of the above. But let's keep the discussion going about the big, beautiful bill, deficit concerns, debt concerns. You have made the argument in the past that this will address the deficit, and you see deficits in future years coming down from whatever it is, 6% of GDP. How do you argue that that's going to happen? Tell us again.
Well, good morning, Joe. And look, we inherited a mess, and I'm not sure where all these deficit hawks were when the team Biden was blowing out the deficit. So last year was 6.7% of GDP, which was the highest it had been when we weren't in a recession, weren't at war. And as your previous guest said, we don't have a tax collection problem. We have a spending problem, and we're trying to get that under control. We are also trying to accelerate growth because changing the growth trajectory upward solves a lot of the deficit problem.
Secretary, I asked the question that not all deficit spending is equal. I don't think. And would you argue that if a deficit resulted from lower tax rates or from extending the tax cuts, whatever you want to call it, if it can cause some growth, is that superior to the deficit, or is it less deleterious than the deficit you get just from Green New Deals or IRAs or whatever you're talking about, the government, just transfer payments and the like?
Well, Joe, you're exactly right. Does the spending create more growth, and is the GDP growing faster than the deficit? One of the things that I agreed with Secretary Yellen on, the important number is the debt to GDP, and we intend to bring that down. We also intend we cut spending on the IRA. There's substantial pullbacks. A lot of those were uneconomical, stranded assets. And the Trump economic agenda, as I've said many times, it's a three-legged stool. It's trade, it's tax, and it's deregulation. So, I also believe that the substantial amount of deregulation that we're doing is going to accelerate economic growth. And the important thing, too, is we're going to have economic growth in a non-inflationary manner, unlike we saw in the previous 4 years.
Okay, let's move on to trade. And it's amazing how quickly things move. I know yesterday you said by Wednesday we might have a couple of more deals to announce. I know it's Monday, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. Can you give us any idea whether that's likely? Is India, is that in the mix? Can you break any news for us here that something's going to happen in the next 48 hours?
Yeah, we are going to have several announcements in the next 48 hours. And Joe, I think what President Trump is concerned about is the quality of the deals, not the quantity. As you could imagine, as he started herding the cats and trying to get everyone across the finish line, when he said that there's a chance that countries could boomerang back to their April 2nd reciprocal tariff levels, we've had a lot of people change their tune in terms of negotiations. So my mailbox was full last night with a lot of new offers, a lot of new proposals. So it's going to be a busy couple of days. But importantly, too, that President Trump has said that the countries would not go back to the reciprocal rate until August 1st.
So it looks like they kicked the can to August 1st with a lot of the countries that didn't do this reciprocal tariffs. And I'm still kind of a little bit baffled, even though I have great confidence in Bessent and Trump to run our country. Well, Secretary of the Treasury here. It's still, the concern is inflation. That's on my end as well. So this, if the tariff deals, they are going to push up inflation, and that's just how it's going to work. How much? How high? Is it going to be as bad as we think? Only time's going to tell, folks. So we'll be paying attention to that. But that was great news there. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of deals coming in. And I'm not a proponent of just throwing on deals. Go work on good ones, and then with the ones that really don't matter that much to us and our economy and our inflation and everything else, maybe put those on the back burner, kick those to August 1st. So work on the most important ones first. So that's hopefully what they're doing there. So here's what we focus in on, and a lot of people are saying, Dan, you never had a problem, or you had a problem before with the national debt, but I still do, folks. I talk about this all the time. So here's the national debt. It can't continue to go there, and here's basically where we got there. So a lot of people, when I explain to you how the inflation worked, they really get confused. Here, let me just give you a quick little glimpse on how this worked. Remember back during COVID and you got checks, stimulus checks from the government. That wasn't money that was just there because our country has the money sitting in a bank account. No. They had to print the money and get that out there as new money. So that increased our money supply. Thus, when all that money's chasing few goods, it increases the inflation rate. So here's how much money basically they pumped into the system, or if this is a deficit, this is how much money we didn't have and we've spent as a government. So here's what we're looking at right through there. I'm not pointing blames on anybody. This is just the year that it was comprised and where we are today. So that's that piece of it. So we got good news so far. The big, beautiful tax bills just got passed. Like I said, I'll have a live event later this afternoon to explain that with you. Hopefully you join me there and you can ask questions. We might learn a lot of this together. Then we're also going to progress throughout the week and see how these tariff deals come in and how those deals will affect these things over through here. So what you're looking at right now on the screen, this is a mortgage back or mortgage bond. So why do we watch this and not the 10-year Treasury? A lot of people say about, if you really want to know what's going on with mortgage rates, you watch the 10-year Treasury. It has the same direction of where rates are going to go. Well, it does, but it's not as accurate as this right here. This is an MBS. It's basically a mortgage bond that trades on Wall Street. So the yield on this thing is the biggest component of your mortgage rate. I actually did a live video, I think it was last week. I'll try to put that video up to here. So it's kind of explaining you, or not kind of, it explains to you how mortgage rates work. We take this bond, we take some LLPA adjustments, profit margins and things to equate out to what a mortgage rate is. So check out that video. I think you'll learn a little bit there on how mortgage rates work. But that's what we're seeing so far today on the economic front. There is really no economic news out for today. That's why I'm going to do a live event on midday to explain the tax bill to you guys. And that's it for this morning, folks. So My name is Dan Frio. If you're out there looking to buy or refinance, let me explain to you who I am and what do I do and why do I do these things. Well, the reason is I'm actually a federally licensed mortgage loan officer. What that means is I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. How? I work at a federal bank, folks. So I actually work at a federal bank and I'm a federally licensed mortgage loan officer. So no matter where you're out there, I'd love to be able to help you put my 35 years of experience to work for you guys. Here's another slogan that we have. One application, one credit pool. We're going to shop your loan to over 30 different lenders. How? Well, let me explain it to you. At the bank here, what we did is we set up with 32 other lenders. These are banks, credit unions, and such to offer you their programs and their rates. And even programs like this, if they have a niche program, like maybe one of them has a $7,000. So up to $7,000 in grant money if you're looking to buy a home. So check out that and other programs that we have. If you want to find out more videos down through here, if you want to look at Home Buying 101 or look at how you can maybe increase your credit scores, or you want to check and see any new adjustments with FHA, you can check out some videos right through here. And our YouTube channel has over 3,000 videos there, folks. So to learn more about me, go to therateupdate.com. There's a bunch of stuff you can do through here. If you're a new home buyer looking to buy, check out this video right through here, the $7,000 grant. Up through here, if you're looking to refinance and you really don't know when, well, check out the refinance tab right through here. What this is going to do is explain to you how you can ask me to watch the rate for you. So let's say you're at 7.5 and you're like, Dan, when rate 6 it gets to 6.5, reach out to me. I'd love to refinance. We can actually provide your information to me right here. Give me your current mortgage rate, where you're looking to refinance, and when that rate hits that rate, I will be getting you on the phone to lock you in. If you're out there and you've locked in, or you have a loan estimate that you want me to review with our 32 lenders to make sure, or just to check, is there a low rate out there? Maybe lower fees, maybe all the above. We'll go to the RateWatch or right through here, go to the rateupdate.com and hit loan estimate review. What that's going to do is you're going to click that. You're going to give me your contact information. Oh, it should be popping up here in a second. And you're going to upload right through here your loan estimate. I'll review it, send you a video back. It's going to be personalized right to you. It's going to explain if we can save you money, how much money, what rate we can get you, and what those fees are looking like. So check out that and more. So that's our report for this morning, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something this morning. Otherwise, I'll be back later this afternoon live going over the new tax bill. Then I'll also be back at the closing bell to let you know how all this mess ends for the day. Thanks for watching, folks. God bless and have a fantastic morning. Bye-bye.